My name is Jared Best Mitchell. I am regarded as one of the top content creators in the Caribbean on the topic of sales and LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is a platform that I actually put a lot of that content out. So, on average, last year, I ended off at about a 1.5 million organic views of my content. I have traveled throughout the Caribbean doing my sales training. So, I'm in Jamaica right now while we're recording this, doing training for a client who found me through LinkedIn. So, I'm well known for sharing my knowledge about sales, and I've generated a six-figure business because of LinkedIn and putting out content, which is something I'm extremely passionate about and something that is the I would say the corner post of everything that I'm doing right now for the year going forward.
Hi, Jared. Thanks for talking to me on Digital Jamaica in your brightly colored floral shirt. And of course,
Yes,
it's yellow,
it's yellow.
your
Lots of yellow.
signature
So
color.
my new yellow mug, everything is yellow.
So you said that there were three words that you used to describe yourself. What are those three words?
Sales LinkedIn yellow. Yellow being the most important.
Because yellow is your signature color. Why yellow though?
When I was 5 years old, the house that they put me in when I went into primary school was yellow, and I said from that day that was my favorite color. But in 2018, I would usually when I was working for companies, I would wear work clothes, but after work, all my friends knew I only wore yellow. But then I came across a lady's page on Instagram called Ella London, and she does yellow 24/7. Like everything in her house is yellow except the walls. That was the negotiation she made with her husband. I'm talking about the Christmas tree, the plates, everything is yellow. And when I saw her, I told myself, you need to go harder on yellow because you really do love it. Like I get excited when I get yellow sneakers and yellow clothes. So I said I needed to go harder on this. And that aspect has been one of the best things I've ever done for my brand because I am identified because of the yellow. Like that, I never thought my passion for something would be like such a unique thing that clients demand it, they look for it. Like it's been one of the best things, and it's truly grateful because it's something that comes completely natural to me.
Natural to you. So it's a signature color, but it's authentic because it's a color that
Yeah,
you actually really love.
yeah. I didn't pick it because it's a popular brand color. No, I picked it because I'm obsessed. Like the joke I give people is like, especially because I'm obsessed with yellow sneakers. I have like over 25 yellow sneakers, and I
Wow.
can't always get more. But like the thing I always tell people is that you could tell me, Jared, there's an area that sells only yellow sneakers, but they only open at 2 a.m. That's the only time they open, between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. But it's in a crime hotspot. And I'll literally be like, so we should leave around 1:15 a.m. to get there
Because you're
time?
going.
Because I'm going. Like, I'm showing up to the hotspot area and be like, hey, gangster, sorry to disturb your night. Somebody
Did
told
you say,
me,
hey, gangster?
yeah,
You-
that's hey, gangster,
You're
sorry to
polite
disturb
with
your night.
it.
Yeah, sorry to disturb your night. And I'll be like, hey, just take the gun down for a second. Somebody said they were sneakers. Can you point the gun in the direction of where I need to go? This way, Popo? All right.
Before you said it, I was gonna ask you because color theory. Yellow in color theory is positive and optimistic and all of that good stuff. Has that also come to represent your brand?
It has fully come to represent my brand. I'm incredibly positive. I'm incredibly optimistic. My energy levels are crazy, and I think it just represents everything that people think of when they look at the color yellow.
Awesome, awesome. So how does that actually translate to, first of all, your LinkedIn? I met you when I first came across you on LinkedIn. I came across you talking about sales. And then I noticed that you started evolving, not necessarily out of sales, but your content started evolving into sales on LinkedIn and then LinkedIn proper, like growing your brand on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
Where did that evolution start taking place? Is it that you were posting on LinkedIn and you're realizing that people are actually, finding value in your content and they're responding to your content
Yes.
and you're like, I can actually do this LinkedIn thing?
I won't say it happened by accident, but I'm always intentful in terms of what I do. So I understood the power of LinkedIn from an early onset. So I've been posting steadily probably since 2015 or 2016, probably 2015. And I would always talk about different sales topics and different aspects of sales in terms of what I was doing. But then over time, I also became really obsessed with the platform. So shout out to Daniel Disney. He's one of the top LinkedIn trainers in the world, and I started to stalk everything that he was doing, all his blogs, all his email newsletters, every podcast he was on. I was listening to it, learning how to post, all the different things about the platform. And then people started to see the success and the presence I was having, and they started coming up to me asking, "Hey, can you help me out on LinkedIn? Can you, show me what you're doing on LinkedIn?" And I did a wild project back, I think it was early 2018, where I actually helped like close to 100 people with their LinkedIn profiles, like guiding them, showing them what to do, because I like to test stuff first before I put it out there. And from there is when I started to actually help people do over their LinkedIn profiles completely. So from there is where it started. But a lot of people know me for the LinkedIn side. And of course, as I say, because they know my background in sales and everything, I talk about sales. They know me for that. So yes, I'm known as one of the top content creators on LinkedIn, but a lot of people look forward to seeing both LinkedIn and the sales side of it. And I think it marries it well, because a lot of what people's objective on LinkedIn is selling themselves. So the fact that I'm able to help them with that really makes it it's a perfect marriage of platforms and
Because you're
passions.
still talking about sales.
Yeah, on a
It's just
regular
that
basis.
the product is now you.
It's not the product. So I talk about sales. The product is not me, but it's on LinkedIn. So that's what people like. So people want to say, okay, Jared, I see that you talk about your passion on LinkedIn. How do I talk about my passion on LinkedIn? How I did, and by the way, you said it earlier, but I honestly cannot give you advice. I have no idea how to tell anybody how to build their personal brand. The only thing I can tell people is be consistent, and you'll probably figure out what's that thing. I honestly can't tell you. Everything I've done, I've just been by a genuine accident. I just genuinely love yellow since I was 5 years old. I've only done sales my entire life. I just found the benefits of LinkedIn. Like, it was honestly by accident, but as I told people, it's true consistency. It's all I do, so that's what people expect. And I think that's what a lot of people, that's the only thing I could tell you in advice for your personal brand. Just do something consistently for 90 days, and you would find what is the thing that makes you you, or that, and that could be a development of your personal brand.
Awesome, awesome. What is an element of LinkedIn that is often overlooked but is a fundamental thing to getting your LinkedIn profile, um, like to get you visible on LinkedIn, or to get you in front of the right people on LinkedIn, but it's something that we often overlook.
I'll tell you the trifecta. So this is what I teach people. When somebody goes onto your LinkedIn profile, there are three things that you need to have that will get them to either continue looking at your profile or they immediately leave. Your banner is literally like a billboard that advertises you. Remember, LinkedIn is your digital billboard. How are you advertising yourself? And that's your largest real estate. So fix that. If you want to fix it, go to Canva. Please stop using the keyboard with the coffee mug and the white background. It is overused. There are lots of other banner designs. You can find it. I'm tired of seeing those things. The other thing that people overlook, and I've seen it again, is that they don't update their profile picture. Like, so many people come up to me saying, "Hey, Jared," and I'm just watching them like, "Hey, like, tell me who you are. Give me the name," because I look at the name. Scott, this your name is correct. A lot of y'all aren't updating your profile picture now. I'm not saying you need a professional headshot. Your phone could take really good pictures. What I'm telling you is that you need to make sure that it's updated. Most of your pictures your grad picture, but the problem is you graduated back in 2016. You look completely different. You might have a beard, you lost your hair, or you grew out your hair. You look completely different. You're wearing glasses, but you don't have an updated profile picture. So that to me is a important part, because in a lot of cases when people hiring you, you could be upset as how much you want about it. Part of how you look plays a key factor. And if it is that you don't look how you look now, when I actually jump onto you on a Zoom or in-person interview, you lose one or two trust points. It makes you have to work harder for the things that you want to work at. And then the next thing that a lot of people overlook is that they treat their headline as a job title versus an actual call to action for their audience. So I like to show my clients that your headline should be almost like a tagline of the outcome you create. Because what people don't realize is that if you notice on LinkedIn only, like when you comment or you see somebody's profile on LinkedIn, you don't see the whole headline, you see a small portion. It needs to be catchy enough where that person sees it and thinks, "Oh, let me click on that profile to see more about what this person is," because it's intriguing versus a job title of let's just say social media manager or sales executive. Like that doesn't tell anybody anything.
So it's 2024. People are putting together their strategies, and social media is a bit of a chaos at the moment. So for the more professional sort who wants to get their LinkedIn profile, you know, optimize their LinkedIn profile, what are
Yeah.
some strategies or trends that you would recommend that they try this year?
All right, the first thing everybody should do on LinkedIn is create a video. Doesn't matter if you're a job seeker or business. So here, and I'll give you the two switches. If you're a job seeker, I want you to do a video on LinkedIn that says, "Hey, I'm currently in the job market. These are the things that I'm really good at, and these are the industries that it's really applicable to, where the best result comes out. If you're interested in hiring somebody with my skill sets, feel free to send me a DM. Let's have a discussion. Simple.
Very straightforward, to the point.
Because
Yeah.
remember, recruiters are looking at your page. You need to get that done. If I'm a business person, then you should be doing videos so people could identify with you as a person. But they should be utilizing the video to showcase your expertise and showing that you understand the problems that your clients are facing. Even if you don't want to be on video, I'll honestly tell you, grab a client and get a video testimonial. Like every company I talk to, do you have video testimonials? No. How do you want people to know how awesome you are?
Yeah, you have to social proof.
You need to show the social proof. Like here's the tagline I have. I need to print this on a t-shirt. A picture no longer paints 1,000 words, video does. It's 100% more genuine. You can't deceive it. Video is the number one thing that you need to utilize. What I see a lot of people doing on LinkedIn with their content is that they sell, and then worse, there are a lot of people who are on LinkedIn and they just adding people and then they're just pitching people the minute they connect. Even though that person doesn't meet their ideal client. Like, oh, you have a heartbeat, you click accept, I'm pitching you. It's the worst thing that you could do for your company and your brand. And a lot of persons, especially in the insurance industry, do this. It is a huge turn off. So like the insurance industry has a massive negative stereotype because of how they taught them the wrong way to sell. And it's because they just taught people at the minute you connect, pitch somebody and ask for a meeting, which absolutely turns off the individual. I've not seen a single insurance advisor who could show me that strategy has been successful for them. So if it's one thing I suggest you to stop doing is stop spamming people in their DMs and to stop selling on the platform. Every single buyer today wants to be educated before they buy. Showcase that you know what you're talking about.
So, quickly,
Yeah.
what's your thought on TikTok on LinkedIn? Because I've been seeing a lot of people reposting either their own videos or other videos on LinkedIn, and I don't know if I like it. What do you think?
I LinkedIn hasn't started cracking on yet where if they recognize it's a TikTok watermark, they penalize the performance of the post. I would tell you if it's working for you now, keep it. What good content creators do is that they have a TikTok video, but what they do is that they download the video so it doesn't have the watermark and they change the copy before they actually post. So what they write on TikTok for it is completely different to what they write on LinkedIn because it's a different audience. So I don't see an issue with it once the content is good because there are a couple of insurance advisors in Trinidad. They're creating good content and they started to jump on LinkedIn and they were saying, well, Jared, what do I need to do? And I said, no, just repurpose your content. But just understand that the audience who's on it is slightly different. So just change up the wording of what you have.
So, change up your caption.
Change up your caption. That's the key thing that you probably need to do. And that's it. But I think the TikTok content could work because across the board, that has honestly dictated and show where the buyer behaviors are right now. And I love it.
All right. What is a LinkedIn feature you would recommend that is often underutilized but is actually really good for engagement?
You actually use the right word. The featured section on LinkedIn is actually a feature on LinkedIn that a lot of people don't utilize. So especially if you're a service provider, what you can actually and honestly, I just observed a couple of big LinkedIn coaches who started doing it for theirs, and I really liked it. So I have to get it done for mine. You want to utilize your featured section if you provide them products or services as call to actions. So what these guys did, which I absolutely love, their featured section on LinkedIn looks like a carousel. They designed it that way. So the first one is booking a meeting with them for a paid consultation. The second one is some of their other services. The third one is a direct thing for their website. But remember, on the featured section on LinkedIn, you only see the first three. So those three come across as a carousel, but you see each one for something individual, and it works out really well. Absolutely love it. I think it's one of the best, brilliant things I've ever seen, and I think a lot of people, more people, need to use it.
What are some other trends or strategies that you would recommend every creator or brand or business that is thinking of using LinkedIn this year? What are some of those things that you would recommend that they do in terms of, content, and most importantly, visibility to the right audience?
Get a refresher on your copywriting styles. I think a lot of writing has changed over the years, so you need, like, even myself, I've noticing some things aren't as effective as before, so I'm adjusting to make sure that I'm appealing to how the audience is. So for me, those would be the two main things. You have to start doing video. There's no question about it. Every single content creator I know, who was text based before, just text and picture, has started actively doing video in their strategy. I'm not saying you have to do it every day like me, but if it is that you want to build your brand fastest among strangers, video is the only way to do it versus text. So that's what I would do. And then what I would tell people, they could take it a step further. So and I'll share the strategy. Part of my strategy, if you want to be across all platforms and really maximize your reach beyond LinkedIn, you record video, you take the video and have it transcribed to text. The text, you could chop it up into smaller pieces of content that could be used in carousels, as quotes in your threads or your X or any of those platforms. You can even do it in your stories. Then the long form of it goes into your blog, because you have it transcribed. Then, because it's already created with the captions, that could be posted to your different social media platforms where you have video from YouTube straight across, even creating YouTube shorts. So that therefore, from one video, you have multiple pieces of content that you could actually utilize. So I think my motto this year is honestly figuring out where, like, honestly not figuring out, but honestly making sure that my content is available on all devices and all platforms. Because what I've realized is that not everybody's on LinkedIn every day. But they might be on other platforms every day. I want to be showing up on the platform that you're on every day. And I think that's what you need to think of with your audience for 2024. It's not just being on the platform that works for you, especially if it is, even if it is you're getting your ideal clients there, but it's making sure being on every single platform, because you don't know where the brand or where the opportunity is going to come from.
Outside of LinkedIn, what other digital marketing channels, like for instance, email, would you recommend small businesses explore this year?
Email marketing on YouTube, and also bulk SMS, depending on the type of audience. If you do B2C, you should be looking at a bulk SMS strategy for your company. So you should have a way where you're sending bulk SMS to your customers about your products, your offerings, any sales, and anything that you have. I think bulk SMS is a great way. Like those flash messages that appear on your phone, not as a text message, is a great way to keep your audience engaged.
LinkedIn Live, what's your opinion on it?
It works if you have a strategy behind it. If you just jump on to go live, it's not as effective. If you come with it with a strategy, so like how we recorded here on StreamYard, the strategy is supposed to be it's recorded here, put out to all your platforms, and then you use it to chop up smaller pieces of content, but always direct people back to where the long form is, because we have seen it and a lot of persons mention it, like Karen Rose and a couple others. Like every time you see these viral videos on YouTube now, it's long form content, it's not short form. So it just proves to the fact that your audience wants both types of content. You just need to be good at it.
LinkedIn articles, what's your opinion on it?
If you're really good, LinkedIn articles should come from a long form piece of content, video content that you have. I have not seen it gain much traction because, again, you could tie the article to your newsletter and these things. I've not seen it gain a lot of traction for some persons, but I think it's just a good place to document stuff if you're just honestly better at writing versus anything else, and your form of writing is long form. So, in a lot of cases, depending on the complexity of what you do need to write it as articles. Um, it's not something I utilize, but I don't see it. I don't think you should expect a lot of engagement from it, but you should do it if that's just a better writing style.
And finally, should we go premium?
Yes, but be careful because this happened to a couple people. The LinkedIn plan you're looking for is the career plan. You don't need the business one or any others, because the career is the most affordable. LinkedIn is forcing people now. You saw this thing where they're asking you to upgrade with your custom button, but you have to upgrade the plan to 60 US a month. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I need to see concrete proof that that is actually driving leads to your business. I have not seen any other creator talk about it significantly. Like the hype has died down. Depending on when you join LinkedIn, they'll give you an offer for 1 year. Take advantage of that. But honestly, if you take the LinkedIn career plan, yes. Because, and I'll give everybody this detailed thing because it happened when we walked through the workshop on Saturday. LinkedIn is going to ask you to upgrade to premium, but they're going to ask you to answer some questions first. Just click whatever random box. When you get the response, I'll need you to click see more plans and you will see the career plan option. They're not showing you the most affordable one. It's about 40 US a month. If you pay for it for the year, it comes down to 240 US, which is ridiculously affordable. That's 20 US a month. Pay for that one. What you get access to premium with, which is what everybody should use, is that it allows you to see everybody who viewed your profile in the last 90 days. So now, as a person who's on the platform to get business, you could start conversations. Thanks for viewing my profile. Let me know if you found anything interesting. You also get access to LinkedIn Learning and you get a little more access in terms of how much you could actually do searches for on the platform. If you don't have premium, you don't get access to see who's viewed it, which is a key factor if you're job seeking or you're providing services. And then it limits your search. So if you're trying to find ideal companies or clients, you're not able to because you're limited. So pay for premium. It's absolutely worth it.
Is that across the board for everybody or just for businesses or job seekers?
Job seekers, do it month by month until they get a job if you don't need it anymore. But for those who are on the platform to build their brand, to get business, just pay for the yearly premium. Just pay for it. It's worth it.
What's your last word on LinkedIn?
Yes, LinkedIn is the most important business platform there is. Specifically, I think Jamaicans aren't utilizing it enough. I've seen it. Y'all are not active on LinkedIn. It's absolutely mind blowing to me, given your close proximity to North America, who values LinkedIn more than resumes. And y'all are not on the platform where they could find you to hire you remotely or bring you to the US. It doesn't matter. You're not on the platform to be found. I think you're not maximizing on it enough and you need to spend more time on LinkedIn. Absolutely. Like every Jamaican I met wants to talk about, yeah, I use word of mouth. I use word of mouth. Great. LinkedIn is word of mouth at scale. You cannot do scale. So let LinkedIn do it for you.
Awesome, awesome. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you have coming up that you want to let people know about? If not, you can just let us know where we can find you and connect with you online.
Oh, I would just like to let companies in Jamaica know that if you're looking for the best sales training ever that is energizing to your team and actually brings results, I'm that person. If it is that you want your HR team to start learning LinkedIn better so that you could start attracting more ideal clients, I can do that for you. I've done successful ones for Unicom and a couple other companies that has allowed them to even position themselves as the employer of choice. It has even allowed some of the persons on their team to be headhunted by other companies. The training was that effective. So if you're in Jamaica and you're looking to understand how to use LinkedIn for your business overall from an internal and an external perspective, there's nobody better in the Caribbean than me to get that done for you. So find me. You're seeing my name here right now, but I'll say it again. It's Jared Best Mitchell. If you Google me, you can find me easily. My number is publicly listed. I love having conversations about sales on LinkedIn. But more importantly, you could sidetrack my entire day by telling me where to find something yellow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
My
That was
pleasure.
really, really awesome.